So remember I was telling you, when I was reading the files, it says how, it's Hal's reports, it's Hal's investigation, and it's Hal's work.
Yeah.
But the wildest thing about what Hal says is, so he maps out the moon the most, right?
Yeah,
And
we
then
didn't get into that.
All right, we'll finish with that, and then this will segue into when we come talking the next time. So Hal brings up he tells that Chris Bloodcell guy, the guy who's been invited to NASA or whatever, and all that stuff. Dude, he even says there's a room in the Florida NASA. When you walk past it, the people at NASA tell you. Actually, I can show that. I'll just tell the story.
No, you got footage? Show it.
I got footage. Yeah, I got footage. I got footage. He tells you the people, the staff tell you when you walk past it, sing a song in your head because the things inside this black box will be reading your mind.
Okay, so fast forward to when you were going through the security doors at Cape Canaveral at NASA. There was a black glass building that you pass.
It was like a hut, like a guard shack.
A guard shack.
Right beside this fence. You got mission control and a fence around it.
Mm-hmm.
You got fences within fences. But when you get to the main building where the launch is going on,
right,
they had razor wire and a barbed wire fence, about 10 foot high all the way around that thing, with guards standing there with machine guns. And to go through that gate, you got to walk by this guard shack. And it's about 8 by 8 black. The middle's black and the windows are black. You can't see in it at all. But it was like when you walk by that building, they can read your thoughts. Never told me who they or what they or how they. He just said they can read your thoughts, so just sing a song. And that's where I first heard about it. This was...
That's scary. I hate that.
Bro, inside the NASA facility. What? Inside the NASA facility? I'm like, what are we talking about here? Yeah. So they tell you casually, like, hey man, just when you cross this aisle, just sing a song in your head. I'm like, well, what are you fucking? Who's they them? Fuck it. Bro, what the fuck, bro? Dude, you need to watch this full. Yeah. This full one, bro. This is a fat one.
You need to have more time to do stuff.
I know, right? So, look, let's segue and wrap this up. So Hal, he maps up the moon, right? And you know when they went to the look, apparently people don't think we went to the moon, but now there's more people saying we did go to the moon. Like even Elon said I think Elon said we went to the moon. So there's a lot going on right now. So if Elon said we went to the moon, I might believe it. So they said during the space shuttle flight around the moon, they cut off the radio, bro, because the radio was they were doing live radio, right? And then the one of the astronauts are saying, they're following us, and then they cut the live. So they're following us, bro, on the moon. And then Hal tells Chris, he's like, don't you think it's funny that we're one of the only planets that have a solar eclipse? And I'm like, what? We are? That we're one of the only planets where the moon is conveniently placed in a location that causes a solar eclipse, and it happens to be 1/4 the size of the Earth. This is from Hal, the guy who wrote the paper.
That is a very big coincidence,
right? And you know that a lot of solar systems, I think, I can't remember, I'm not sure if it's fully true. I googled it, and then they're not really sure themselves. Most stars are binary systems. There's 2 stars, and we're like one of the rare ones that have 1 star. So there's that too. Our solar system is very unique. Our moon is very unique. And he says, in the moon, when they went there, and they were shooting the shots around it, they said there were buildings on the backside of the moon.
Dark side of the moon?
The dark side of the moon. Yeah. And this is from Hal's mouth. Right? And he said the buildings were ancient, very old, mushroom-shaped. Mushroom-shaped buildings. Oh. But I'll put the clip up.
Fascinating.
And I'll tell you something else Hal told me. Serious as all get out. Was Hal mapped the moon. He wrote the book on occultation grazing. I don't know how you say that word, occultation grazing. In other words, He wrote many books on the moon.
Okay.
So he mapped the moon. He mapped the landing spot for the Apollo mission. He said, you got to land here. And he drew out the coordinates. That's what Hal did. He studied the moon more than anybody in the world. He's the expert on the moon. So we were talking one night out watching the stars, and I'm like, Hal, I said, is there really something on the backside of the moon? He looked at me and he said, there are buildings up there, big ones, and we didn't build them. And they're ancient. Ancient. So help me, that's what he told me. And I didn't ask any more questions, but he wouldn't answer. But he told me that. He said there are structures up there that we did not build, and they're very old. Wow. This coming from the world's expert on the moon.
Did you ask him if the moon landing was real?
I never did. But he says it was.
Yeah.
So I believed him.
Wow.
He had his technology is still on the moon that he put up there. Something for lasers to shoot off of, and there's stuff up there, scientific equipment that he was responsible for putting up there.
Didn't he say the buildings look like mushrooms?
Some of them.
I thought that was really weird.
Some very
Ancient buildings that look like mushrooms on the dark side of the moon.
Yeah, that's what he said. I said, Tim, what do you think about the moon? There's something going on up there? Is there structures up there? He said, do you think that it landed by chance in the perfect spot where it eclipses the sun and it doesn't ever change its face to the earth? It stays locked in a position. He said none of that was by accident. He wouldn't elaborate anymore. He said, but there's something going on up there. I can't say, but it's not by accident.
Welcome to the cosmic drama.
Holy shit. Welcome to the cosmic drama, my
Yeah.
friend.
Wow.
Wow.
That is the next question. They're
Right.
real.
Right.
They come and go.
And I think
What
this
do they
ties
do?
into like how we got here, bro. The whole accelerated evolution thing.